Yeah, people, we're live, keeping it locked with the real Gunna Lee. And yeah, this is where we keep it G and we keep it all things Arsenal. And I just give you what's going on in the world of Arsenal. And yeah, normally give you those previews. And today's, like the other videos, we're going to preview the Southampton game tomorrow. Southampton play Arsenal. It's like a mid-table tussle. We're about 2 points, I think, behind Southampton in the table. I think we're sitting at 11th, Southampton sitting at 10th. So yeah, I mean, if we get these 3 points, I think we go above Southampton, and also depending on Chelsea's results or when they play, we'd be 1 point above Chelsea, who was just recently fired the manager Jose Mourinho. So yeah, I mean, it's some things to look forward to. But going back towards like my last video when we were previewing the Newcastle game, you guys don't know by now we won that game resoundingly 3-0 after kind of like a tentative first half. But then a second half where we got into our stuff, Aubameyang came alive again. The man is back. Obama who? Obama what? And I don't know the rest. Obama Young, coming and starring up the show for us with a brace. And then I don't know Saka in there partnering and combining with Smith Rowe. He said a new number 10 in the place. So yeah, going after that Newcastle game was high on spirits, high on energy, vibes. We're on a good run. And we actually we had a midweek, I guess it's the last weekend, we had the FA Cup tie with Southampton. And Arteta really decided to go with a lesson side in terms of the strength of the side, but honestly, when you look at that team on paper, when he went with a Pepe, Nketiah, Willian, Martinelli, El Neni, Xhaka, Gabriel, Holden, I believe, Cedric on the left back, and Bellerin, and then Leno in goal. When you look at that team, I guess for me, apart from Cedric on left back, that could just be a normal team for us, especially, I guess you can also cut out Willian, because Willian has done nothing for us. But honestly, people, it was time. I think Arteta was just showing faith in the players so far, He's trying to give Willian and Pepe that chance, that opportunity to say, hey, yo, this is your chance, get that assist, get that goal, bring that performance that can give you that confidence of, you can make a shot at that team or you can make a shot for the squad, because the way that Arsenal is going on now, there's young kids out there in Smith Rowe and Saka, them putting them old heads to shame. Like Willian can't get no game in the 10 if Smith Rowe is fully healthy. And Saka now is playing on the left and the right. So if Aubameyang dropping form, Saka is there. And I know Pepe and Willian have been dropping form, so that's why we see Saka predominantly on the right wing now, people. So at the end of the day, we played Southampton, which is a very strong side, very pressing oriented. And they were really compact. They were really, they were really drilled, people. I mean, from the start of it, I just feel like we're doing a normal Arsenal way where we try to build up the ball through the back, through passing, and it just wasn't working. We didn't have those, I guess, those dynamic midfielders that we normally have, those creative midfielders who can link the play not just by passing but kind of like dribbling out of tight positions. And we kind of in the FA Cup game with Southampton, we kind of just fall into old habits where El Neni spent too much time on the ball. After spending too much time on the ball, going back, dribbling with it, dribbles into problems, loses the ball, quick 1-2 pass, and gets to the right flank, and I mean, it's a slight deflection but by Gabriel, and it's a own goal, people, and that was the end of the game. We didn't really create anything. Aubameyang didn't travel. The new news on about is that personal reasons kept him out of the game against Southampton in the FA Cup, but now since we play them now, we're not too sure if he's gonna actually still be ready. But it's really up in the air with that in terms of Aubameyang playing the game tomorrow. But in terms of what I'd like to see for tomorrow, obviously we want to see a full strength team after losing the FA Cup, which to me honestly would have been one of the tournaments we think we had the best chance of winning. Seems like we didn't really take it as, I wouldn't say we didn't take it serious, but feel like the players didn't take their chance, and that was a big chance for them. It was a big game for them to prove themselves, and unfortunately, I have time for Pepe. I rate Pepe. I think there's a player in there but I have less time for Willian, and both of them are showing that we possibly shouldn't have any time for them. And Arsenal already kind of addressing that, with the shipments. Ozil is out, Kolasinac being transferred, Socrates' contract being erased, or I guess finished, written up or torn up. With all of those stuff, we've actually gotten a new backup keeper, because we don't know Renalson wasn't going to play no game, and if God know if Leno ever get injured, would have been fight, because Renalson not the level for the Premier League as yet. We got a keeper from Matt Ryan, who used to play for Brighton. I don't really, I'm not going to keep on him. I'm not going to lie to him. I don't really know that much about him. I just know he's a serviceable keeper who's played in the Premier League. I don't know him better than Renarson, so that's a good move in the transfer window for Arsenal. And as well, we've been linked with this attacking midfielder from Real Madrid. Someone that might know him. Odegaard, left-footed, creative attacking midfielder. Go back to a few years. It's kind of reminiscent of like that Ozil mold type of player. He's a young guy. I think he's 19, 20. Can also play on the wing. So it'd be nice in terms of switching out a Smith Rowe and Saka. Having Odegaard in that team. But we're looking forward to the game tomorrow, people. I would go with Leno obviously in goal for my predicted lineup. It has, to me, the way that Cedric played against Newcastle just shows why he's a better fit than Bellerin. He offers more balance to our team, and we just look better, and he has more quality in the crossing and the final third, and Arteta himself said that. So, don't know, for me, Cedric have to start. Centre back position is interesting. Gabriel did kind of have a shaky game, but then I also feel like he was making some interceptions in there. So for me, I'm gonna go with Gabriel, and then in that centre back beside him, I'm gonna go with Holding. Although I think David Luiz has played well, but let me be honest, I don't expect David Luiz to be here next year. So if we're gonna have Holding and Gabriel, those are the two that we need to set a solid partnership with. Tierney, the best defender, the best player, one of the best players that we've had this year, set himself on that left back position. Most definitely going to go with Partey starting at that midfield. Saka has been on a good run, decent run as of late. Not really counting the Southampton game in that one, but I'd start Saka and Partey. Smith Rowe obviously is the number 10 for us. On the right, you have Saka. Unfortunately, Aubameyang, we're not sure if he'll be there. If Aubameyang is fit and ready to go and everything is good with him, he starts on the left with me, and then Laca is through the middle. If Alba is not there, and I don't know, is Martinelli, the Brazilian wonder kid, ready for, done up the place for it. And yeah, people, I was expecting a much different game. That Southampton game, the FA Cup one, the FA Cup tie. It was just boring. We never have any life. We create few half chances here and there. But it wasn't the same team. You could see it was the out of form players playing, and they never had like a clue. They never had enough desire and not stringing enough together. And we just wasn't good enough, And Southampton is going to be a tough team to beat. But if we play that lineup and we play like we've been playing, the last few games, I think we can get that win. And I think I'm predicting a 3-1 victory. 3-1 victory to the Arsenal. More goals in this one. Yeah, and then I'll give you guys a review, try to get out with those videos more frequently. And if you like what you see, just give me a like, comment with any questions you guys have or insights, and share the thing, keep it growing. And big up to all my subscribers here who tuned in with me. Keep it locked, y'all the army, massive bless up. Don't know, you with the real gonna lead.